Hi everyone, this is Meir, talking to you from the School for Self-Healing. And I would like to tell everyone how much it is important for us to work wisely on the body. So many people injure their body working in a most unwise way. I've met a person in Israel. He was so strong. He was, thank God, very ethical, and he was a bar bouncer, but basically nobody could defeat him in fights. Even when he went to the army, the instructors would never fight with him to show how you fight in the Israeli kind of martial art, because he defeated anyone. And today, he asked people to not shake his hands or hug him because he's so miserable from pain and injury that he had in his life. Many people lift weights, so they build up real strong muscles, and then they become so stiff they can't even button their shirts. And other people become so flexible that they can't lift any weight after that because they become very weak. The muscles basically tell you when it is too hard anymore to work with them. So some people who are not very smart take hormones to not feel that. The muscles tell you when you stretched it too much, and many people learn to ignore that. And some people had tremendous injuries in the body as a result of that. Sometimes even losing a limb. It is just terrible. I know about somebody who sat lotus for many hours and then could not anymore move his legs. Lotus is so wonderful. I loved sitting lotus. But then you really have to know what your body wants. So I want to talk about the principles of working on your muscles. Number one, find the muscles you never used in your life. And there are quite a few of them. Because we have around 650 muscles, and most of us use between 50 and 75 out of them, which leads to tremendous spasm and tension. That means the muscles contract when they don't need to contract, of the muscles that we always use. And the connective tissue hardens around the muscles that we always use and make our joint move very clumsily. In a way, the connective tissue creates a barrier, what Wilhelm Reich called an armor. Many emotions also get stored in our muscles. Quite often, contraction of the body lead to suppressed emotions. And more often, suppressed emotions lead to contraction of the body. They really work the same. So we need to learn to use our muscles in a smart way. Isolate them. Stop hearing from all those gymnasts and those people in the gym, tighten your abdomen for everything you do. That's the best prescription for arthritis. You tighten the abdomen and you shorten the body. Start to think about expanding your body wherever you go. Start to use muscles that you never used before. Allow yourself to have temporary pain, that's okay. And also stretch the muscles that you're going to contract. Contract the muscles that you're going to stretch, and make sure that all is balanced. I've met athletes that had one gluteus in the buttock area, very, very tight and big, and another gluteus which was very thin. That is unsustainable for long life and for good body. And so many ballet dancers die from strokes. So, what do I suggest? At any time, visualize that your head goes to the sky, one shoulder moves to one side of the room, another shoulder moves to the other side of the room. Think expansion. I also suggest, think what you always do. You climb upstairs, you walk forwards. Well, stand upright now. Grab your left leg and pull it backwards, and then look up at the ceiling as you do that. Breathe deeply. 2 slow, deep breaths. feel the waist. Now, grab the right leg and stretch it that way as well. So you stretch the muscles that you always tighten to sit. The other one is pull your muscles sideways. For example, we always think about forward. How about stretching your leg sideways? Another one is stretch backwards. And let me add to it something very interesting. Whenever I pedal with my bicycle, I found that when I pedal forwards, sooner or later my legs become tired. But if on a downhill I pedal backwards, and that does not move the chain in my bicycle, then pedaling forwards becomes much easier because I let the muscles that move forwards rest by working with their opponents. When I run on the beach, running backwards helps me much better later on to run forwards. Running sideways helps me as well. That's why people like to dance, partially because of the music, of course, and the fun. That's why in dancing we use muscles that we normally don't use in normal life. And that's exactly what we do with the ears and with the eyes. For example, a wonderful hearing exercise, and you can do it when we finish the session, is put your thumbs in your ears and take 10 slow deep breaths that will sound like ocean waves or like wind. And then when you take your thumbs off, most people hear everything better, including static noise. And it's good for us to look far at a distance and let the eyes rest from looking near. And that's what we teach here. Instead of wearing sunglasses and having a hard time in the light, we teach people the very nice and balanced exercise of sunning, where they close the eyes and with the eyes closed move the heads from side to side and strengthen their pupils. We teach people to do all that they don't do in normal life. All the muscles that don't activate in normal life. The muscles of the eyes, the muscles of the body, the small muscles of the ears, and even muscles they normally don't use in the digestive system. We start to build them up with special Kegel and sphincter exercises. We really teach them to do what they never do, not in the gym and not at their home. For we get tired of using the same muscles again and again. From there we get repetitive strain syndrome. There isn't anything which is really repetitive strain syndrome. There is something which is wrongful repetition of muscles syndrome. The first thing that we need to do in modern life is to do what we never do. And that is my message today, not only for this week, but for the rest of our lives. Many, many blessings to all of you, and much love for Meir.